back to Trade Price Cars TV, and I'm very excited today because I'm finally get to drive the Audi RS3. I've been waiting to compare this to the Focus RS and the A45 AMG for some time now, and finally we've got one. As you can see, this is a 67 plate model, and let's discuss the looks first of all. Audi, I've always said in my videos, do understate it pretty well, but this has got aggression in all the right places. We've got the touches of chrome, which Audi do in most of their RS range. We've got the Quattro written across the bottom there. We've got the honeycomb grille with the splash of RS3 here and at the back. We've got a back diffuser, obviously with the two exhausts poking out, just to let you know you're driving the RS3 and not a standard A3. We've got the side skirts, which look nice and aggressive, and we've got a more discreet spoiler than on the Focus RS and the fully spec'd up A45 AMG. Round at the front here, we've got LED lights as standard, as well as 19-inch alloys as standard as well. I think the Audi RS3 looks perfectly aggressive, not too much, still understated, but still letting you know that you're packing some heat. Right, here we are on the inside of the Audi RS3, and what I think we've done, we found the hot hatch that's most suitable for daily driving. The space in the back for passengers is pretty decent, and I wouldn't say it was actually as good in any of the others. Maybe the A45 is rivaling in it. But on the inside here, for a start, the steering wheel, we've got a half leather, half suede steering wheel. RS looking at me there. It's really nice feel, very sporty. And then just to match that on the gear stick, we've got RS on the top with a little bit of suede there as well. Nice touch. We've got some nice metallic surrounds here on all the sort of the vents. And then the main bit, the chap who bought this in for us is a chap called Tom Hawkridge. He got excited about the digital dials, and I don't blame him. We've got power, torque, it keeps you engaged, and obviously we can adjust over here. If my door wasn't open, we can adjust everything that we have up here. We can have the sat nav in there, we can have the radio and the media side of it, we can change the sort of dynamic mode and driving mode in there as well, so you can adjust those digital dials to your preference, which I think is a really nice touch. The only thing, and I say the only thing, or a couple things, is the seats, while very comfortable and leather, and they've got the RS in them, I guess they're not the sportiest seats in the world, but I guess that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it more of a daily as well. So in the RS, you literally bang yourself on the seats when you get in, the Focus RS that is, because they're proper sporty, and when you're going around the corner they hug you. This one not so much. And if I'm really nitpicking, the infotainment system, it appears out of nowhere, which I like, but it's very much the same as the old ones, just a better resolution, and it's not touchscreen. But I'm really nitpicking because this is a nice car on the inside. So what is the RS3 like to drive? Well, I've been waiting for this for quite some time, and the 2.5 litre 5-cylinder engine, 400 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds, but it actually feels a lot quicker than that. Oh, it really doesn't disappoint. The Quattro system makes sure that you are stuck to the road and you have so much fun when you put your foot down. You flick into dynamic mode via the rotary controller or the drive select button here, and once you're in there, the rasp from the back of this is really nice. It makes a drumming sound whenever you're changing gears via the flappy paddles, and it is a beautiful thing. What I would say is, I guess, one drawback, seeing as I love the noise of these cars, is that it doesn't make as much noise in the cabin as, say, perhaps the Focus RS and the A45 AMG. But what I would say is that the turbo lag is non-existent. There isn't one. It's so responsive. The gear changes and the paddles are seamless. There's not really much that I can say that's bad about this car. Having driven it most of the day now, does it beat the Focus RS and A45 AMG? Wow, that's a hard one. But I'd say all-round package, there's things in the A45 I think it's better than the Focus RS, just. But I think there's things in the A45 about the interior that I like better. But in terms of drivability, I think Audi RS3 beats the A45. I think just. It's crazy because an A45 AMG, I mean AMG don't usually lose to the RS range, right? But I think they do. I think they do here. What do you think if you've driven both? One thing I would say about this RS3 is that you expect the suspension, like in the Focus RS and the A45, to be really firm, lumpy, bumpy and make for a real uncomfortable drive. But it's just not true. This one, they've got it absolutely perfect. You don't feel, at low speeds, that is the thing that shocked me. At low speeds is absolutely fine, which is why it goes back to what we were saying about the hot hatch here that we have has actually made it as a daily driver as well. Usually hot hatches, you'd be like, oh, I can't imagine driving this on a day-to-day basis down the shops, etc. This one has actually nailed it. It's got the perfect combination of crazy lunatic sports car and, in comfort mode, a very capable daily driver. And that is the thing I think that the RS3 has managed better than the others in its class.